Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Wet Shaving with Angelo. I'm Angelo, and today's going to be a good day and a good shave. I've got some exciting products that I'm going to be reviewing today. First off, back in December, I got as a gift from my step uncle Dave a vintage shave brush. I don't know the make and model of this, but it is a brass handled shave brush in the shape of a duck or goose head. And I had it revamped by Razor Emporium, and look at the job they did. Look at the beautiful job they did. Right from my view, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but this is like a shining, spotless handle. Like when I first sent this to Razor Emporium, it needed a lot of work done, and I opted for the synthetic knot. This brush in particular has a 20 millimeter synthetic knot from Razor Emporium. Money well spent to restore this beautifully made brush. And I want to thank you, Dave, for this lovely gift. I want to thank Matt Pisarcik as well as his team at Razor Emporium for doing a standout job restoring this brush. So that'll be the brush I'm going to be using today. Blade of choice, go-to blade of mine, Voskhod, Teflon coated. Razor of choice, I picked this up from Shave Nation. The Parker 65R. The 65R by Parker is a very aggressive razor. And I would recommend, from the shaves I've used with it, depending on how much stubble you have, you may want to just do 2 passes at most. If you do 3 passes, do it when you have, let's say, over a day and a half or 2 days worth of stubble. Or if you have heavy stubble, 3 passes is fine. But if it's light or medium stubble like I'm having right now, because it's about 24 hours since I shaved. And I shaved yesterday with this razor, 3 passes. I would say use 2 passes. And so today's shave may be a 2-pass shave. We'll see what it goes down. Soap of choice. I use this with winnings I had from the casino. Men de MDC Vetyver. And this is a beautifully scented vetiver soap. Just fresh. To my nose, it screams of green grass, like uncut grass on a warm, sunny summer day. So I'm going to use Men de MDC Vetyver. Aftershave of choice. Dunhill by Men, a vintage Dunhill by Men aftershave in a decanter the shape of a die. And the scent notes on Dunhill for Men, for my research on base notes, is top notes are lemon, clary sage, petite grain, and lavender. Mid notes are rose, jasmine, orris, and carnation. And base notes are cedarwood, vetiver, tonka, and leather. When I smell this aftershave, I definitely get the base notes of it. Like the cedarwood is there, and the leather's definitely prominent. But I also get some of the more floral notes, like the jasmine, the rose, and the orris. So I'm gonna wet the face, get the lathering for the first pass again with the first pass with the green. So how's everybody doing out there? Having good shaves? Let me know in the comments. And I was able to pick up this Dunhill for Men aftershave bottle for, like, the seller's price was $30 because I had eBay bucks or eBay rewards bucks, which you get a percentage back after so much you spend on eBay every 3 months. I was able to pick this bottle up for costing me at best $15 or $14, $15. It costed me after I applied my eBay bucks. Let's get the brush nice and wet. And the water's very warm, which is good. Not too hot, not too cold, just nice and warm. Nice wet brush for the Men de MDC Vetyver. And for those unfamiliar with this fragrance of vetiver, it's in a nutshell, vetiver covers scents like leathery, smoky, grassy notes. I should have wrote down what vetiver entails, but it's mostly like earthy, leathery, masculine fragrances. And look at that. Look at the ladder I'm getting just right off the bat. But that's what you should expect from a Men de MDC shave soap. You should expect it to be super hard and last a long time and build a ton of lather in a little amount of time. Let's add a little bit of water to the lather just to get it nice and moist. There we go, there we go, there we go. I have to say, this duck brush with the 20mm synthetic knot, it's the smallest brush I have. Currently, it's the smallest brush I own. Most of my brushes are in the range of 24 to 26mm. I have a few 30mm, a couple of 30mm brushes, as well as a 33mm brush from Razor Rock. The two 30mm brushes I own are from Rich Man Shaving. And the 33mm was a Razor Rock brush. Razor Rock Extra Large F400, I think it was called. But there's nothing wrong with a small brush. Actually, the small brush makes it easier to maneuver around things. Like under your nose, without getting too much lather up there. That's good. I think that's good lather. Maybe a little dry for some, but it works for me. And as I said about the Parker 65R, it is a very aggressive razor. So this may be a 2-pass shave as opposed to my regular 3-pass shaves. Let's see what happens. First pass with the grain. And this has a ton of audible feedback. You can really hear the stubble being cut very loudly. But the fragrance of this soap is beautiful. To my nose, it's a beautiful green grass smell. Like summertime scent, or takes you back to warm summer days, laying around on the grass, something like that. But I do detect some woodsy elements to it too. That could just be me, but that's what I smell. And I've noticed Vetyver is quickly becoming a popular fragrance in shaving soaps and aftershaves. Maybe it's always been popular, I don't know. But it is a very masculine fragrance, Vetyver. You know, with its woodsy, leathery, earthy scents. The Parker 65R, it's easy to rinse this sucker clean with the lather channels underneath the razor. And the Parker 65R, depending where you buy it, it'll fetch anywhere from $25 to $30. I bought this on ShaveNation.com for $28, $29. I believe $28. That finishes the first pass with the grain. We're going to relather for the second pass across the grain. And the second pass may be the final pass, it may not. We will see after the second pass. Let me just rinse my face with warm water. Yeah, I think all I'm going to need is a second pass with this razor because this is a very aggressive, very efficient razor. If you like your razors to be aggressive, I would say look into the Parker 65R. It can easily be, if you use it daily, it would easily be a 2-pass razor. Where other razors would be a 3-pass, in some cases 4-pass razors that have a very that's if you compare the Parker 65R to say Gillette Tech, the Gillette Tech, well, it's always been the Tech has always been known to be a mild razor, but compared to the Parker 65R, the Tech is like a baby razor as far as aggression, or a kid's razor. Because the Tech, even though the Tech is a very efficient razor, it's very mild as well. Where the Parker 65R is a take no prisoners razor. It's like take no prisoners and leave the rest to the devil, if you will. Figuratively speaking, obviously. But yeah, the Parker 65R, it's a very efficient, very aggressive razor that if you're going to use it every day, I would say don't go for the 3-pass shave as usual. Go for 2 passes at best. Just to play it safe, because this is a razor that will bite if you're not paying attention. Or this razor will bite you if you're not too careful. Excellent razor. The base frame of the handle is brass. It's got a sandstone and gold finish to it. Not real gold, I don't think. But a gold colored design on it with a black or gray sandstone handle. And the handle is not slippery even when you have lather on it. Like even when you have soapy, wet hands, the handle of the Parker 65R is not slippery. So if you're looking for a razor with a good amount of grip, the 65R is pretty good for that too. Like if you're looking for an aggressive razor and you don't want a razor to slip out of your hands, 65R is your choice. And I should give you the details of the 65R. It's 4 inches long and 3.75 ounces heavy. Second pass across the grain. Nice. Just take your time and let the weight razor do the work for you. Do not rush with this razor. I know some people put down Parker razors because they're made in India, or they'll say they're subpar build. But these Parker razors, I find, they're good starter razors, especially for a newbie just getting their feet wet and they want a solidly made razor. I'd recommend to them a Parker razor. Maybe not the 65R because it's super aggressive, but I would definitely recommend the 96R, or maybe even if they want something with a little more aggression, the 99R. Because to me, the 99R, or at least the modern made 99R, is a middle of the road aggression. I know some say it's very aggressive. I do not find 99R very aggressive. I find it more average. I find the 99R to be average aggression, or middle of the road, which is great for a starter or a newbie wet shaver. There we go. That's the first half. Yeah, today I'm dealing with roughly 24 hours worth of stubble. yesterday when I shaved with the 65R, I had about 38, 40 hours worth of stubble on my face. And that was a time when I could use it for a 3-pass shave. Because I had such heavy stubble at that time. Very nice. I gotta give Geo Fatboy a shout out because Geo Fatboy, who runs ShaveNation.com and as well as the physical location of Shave Nation, I learned to wet shave through watching his videos over 4 years ago when I started this wet shaving journey. I learned all about wet shaving techniques. I learned he taught me through his videos, don't use any pressure. When shaving, he like his videos are very straightforward and to the point. Nice. Very nice. I'm going to stop right here after the second pass, and now I'm going to rinse my face with cold water because let me rinse the face with some water, and I'll let you know. I would say today's shave was definitely a damn fine shave, if not very close to Baby Butt Smooth, like borderline Baby Butt. It's like borderline DFS BBBS. Yeah, 2 passes with the Parker 65R, and I'm finished with my shave. That's always an excellent time. And thankfully I didn't nick myself up too bad. Actually, I don't see any blood at all. So it's probably the wise idea to use 2 passes instead of 3 passes. Because when I'm feeling dry, it feels almost Baby Butt Smooth. So now we're going to apply Dunhill for Men Aftershave Vintage. Now, I've asked people when this was made. From what I've heard from my lab shaving, they claim this was made in the 40s. Other people say it was the 60s, 50s. Whenever it was made, this is a very old aftershave. So I'm going to ballpark this to be somewhere from the 1940s to the 1960s. Oh, lovely. And when I splash this on, I get a lovely woodsy, leathery scent to it. Very similar. It's somewhat similar in respect to English leather. Well, that finishes today's shave, everyone. I wish you all have a good day and a good shave. Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.